So hey, it's Eclipse back again. In this video, I'll be talking about lesbian movies and TV shows. There's some that's so bad that even the actors are like uncomfortable. And there's one movie in particular that's the most popular one. That's mainly for like the male gaze, because now there's like the female gaze and there's the male gaze. And the movie that I always say that is the worst movie, and I watched it and I had to skip a bunch of it, and it does have a rating that it's gonna be somewhat bad, is this one. Blue is the warmest color. It's one of the worst movies ever. Ever. Because it's basically one, the movie, for the male gaze. Basically. This is basically what it is. And it's 14 minutes worth. There's a video that I watched like about like the worst lesbian films, the worst lesbians in films. There's a part in it that's based on Blue is the Warmest Color. And they literally talk about it, which I kind of want to show it. And it's basically what they explain in a better way. Way better way than the way that I'm explaining it.
The next movie is actually two movies, Personal Best and Blue is the Warmest Color. And if you've watched both of these films, you can probably guess why I've put them together.
Smart?
Personal Best is an 80s film about two athletes who become romantically involved, while Blue is the Warmest Color is a coming of age about a young woman who discovers her desire in another woman. Now, both of these films suffer from the same issue.
Men being men.
They're both a teeny tiny bit exploitative and male gazy. Blue is the Warmest Color has that long ass, super explicit sex scene along with some anime style zoom ins, while Personal Best is pretty much softcore. And while I didn't hate either of these movies, it's still hard to watch them without feeling
like a creep.
because they were probably directed by creep.
Allegedly.
And I'm gonna quickly talk about some better movies that's out there, and shows. There's one, there's one Motherland Fort Salem. Motherland Fort Salem is about witches in like a Salem Accord, and there's Scylla and Willa. Willa, I forget both of the names or one of the names. I'm getting one of them right. Rael and Scylla. Um, they're both the main lesbian ship, and that show's better because they don't show the porn crap. They show it more towards the story, and and two, Rael actually cares for Scylla, and there's an actual story, and this is why I like TV shows more. Because if they do like somewhat like they don't go too far like the blue is the warmest color, but like enough like there needs to be like at least like 5 seasons of story, because it's kind of weird that if they just met and it's and with certain characters like it won't work, but then with some men think like, oh hey, just because they're girls, they could just be together. I'm like, but what if the story is like, oh hey, that happened and that won't work. And I saw the show called The L Word, and they basically explained it right there the way that I think. Right in the show. One of the main characters explained like, why like certain things won't work, like maybe like a relationship thing in the past, or maybe like they're just not into girls, or like stuff like that. Like it's how, why. And there's a few other ones that's good. There's Wine Earp, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, there's The 100, there's The Last of Us. There's two movies that I watched. There's this one, which is good, and then there's this one. This one does have like a like about like a 30-second nudity scene, but I mean it's not as bad as Blue is the Warmest Color. Blue is the Warmest Color is so bad. It's 15 minutes of just a sex scene. It's 15 minutes. I'm sorry, I had to talk about this, and I've seen a lot of comments about it, and I see a lot of people talking about it, and I see the main page that I watched that I just showed. One of the pages that I watch a few pages that watches like lesbian content and shows and all that. One of them that I can say is one of them is a TV show reactor, which is Patty, which her channel is pretty good. She watches Fear Street. Fear Street is a good one too. That has like a lesbian ship in it that does not go too far. And she even says it in the film, like that she notices that it was filmed by a female because the tone and the way it looks. Well, the way that she said it, it's like it, there was a certain point in the video that she says that, and it's just some things I get too mad and annoyed about, and I see so many comments about it, and I see some people just going on about it, and some things I just want to mention that just what I think. This is why I have a YouTube channel, and now this is why I'm building this channel up. And this is January 1st. Like it's the first day of the year by the time that this is posted. So I'm gonna be working on a lot on this channel, by the way. Like it, like just this is just one video. Like I'm gonna be trying to work on a lot of videos. This video might be wacky, like it might be all over the place, but I'm gonna be getting better with my editing a little bit. Like before I already recorded this. I already showed like a little thing, a little picture of I showed the cover of Wine Up, the 100, and I showed a few a few other shows that I already talked about just now, and I mentioned a few others now this time too. But the thing is, I was muted. I'm I am gonna show the rest, like what I did show in the video, but I'm just gonna I'm gonna show it quick, like it's gonna be like a in fast mode. But basically I was muted. I'm gonna try to edit things better. I'm working on it. It's a lot, and I need time. And I'm gonna be basically wanting to make videos with friends. So I'm gonna be explaining it more in the previous video. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot. I'll see you next one. And now after that, it's gonna cut to the video that I was muted. But then it's gonna show like the covers of all the shows that I was talking about. But yeah, sorry about that, but I just felt like I'd rather just talk about it instead of just going through the whole thing again. So I just felt like just talking about some things, adding on some other shows and all that I did talk about or didn't talk about or whatever. And yeah, there's a few good shows. Like there's College Girls on Max. There's some things that there's some shows that goes too far, but it all depends on the story and the character and what the character story is. Like with like wow, this video is gonna be longer than I thought. Like those College Girls, Layton. There is nudity on it. It's Max, but Max does it in a way that they're good with story, and they keep a contract. Not like Walking Dead, that they killed Carl off because he turned eight just because he turned 18 and they didn't want to keep him anymore because they didn't want to pay him extra. The reason why I like Max HBO is because they keep a contract. If a character is not gonna die, they're not gonna die. They either have to die in real life to have a big cause to have change of a change like that, or either something happened in the background and they got in trouble. That's like the only two things. They wouldn't just kill someone off just because they were turning 18 and they don't want to pay them. It was all because of money with Walking Dead. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I know I mentioned that, but it's a lot. A lot of good shows, but then it just depends on how long. Like, let's say if it's like it's not to the level of blue is the warmest color, but you need some time for the character, like just like whoever character, you need some time to like develop the character. So because in there's a bunch of things that's bad in Blue is the warmest color. They made a sex scene over 14 minutes worth of it, and that's just weird. But just overall, it's a movie. And let's just forget about the whole scene that they just had, that I was just talking about, that huge sex scene. The thing is, for that, for something like that to happen, like that, well, that was too far, but I mean, like, something, just like something happening overall. Um, I just like TV shows more. That's the thing, because in TV shows, you have more time. Like let's say like it's a limited series. Let's say if it's only 6 episodes, or either 10 episodes or eight. With a TV show, you literally have like 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, whatever amount of hours in a limited series. Like maybe like could be 15 hours. If the episodes are long, like if it's like an hour and 30 minutes, or an hour and 20 minutes, things like that. And if it builds up in episodes, that's good because you have the time. But then in movies, it's literally a like a an hour and a half, 2 hours. That's not enough time to develop a character. Yes, you can go to a limit, just like how far, but you have to do it quickly somehow, because in a movie you don't have enough time to go through that much development in a character or a story. But then if it's a movie series, it depends how far it goes. Because in movies, it takes longer to make, longer to film. Because with movies, it takes like about a year, 3 years. With a TV show, it takes about probably up to, at the least, well, at the most, at the least a week, like a week and a half it takes to film. But for like, at the most, it takes about a month. HBO episodes, every single episode takes about 1 month, 1 month to film a show. But with others, like most shows takes about 2 weeks, a little bit less than 2 weeks at times, like a week and a half. But I mean, a movie takes longer, but but they're dealing with more of like behind the scenes stuff. Like they're not really dealing with the filming of it. They're dealing with like a lot more stuff. I know a little bit less about movies, but I know how long they take. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you next one. I feel like that this video just went on for a very long time, but I'll see you next one. I pretty much got everything out of me that I had to say about this whole thing. But yeah, I'll see you next one. I'm trying to think of more content to do. But yeah, that's the next one, and